sound of a bumblebee is the sound of summer. The lazy hum of a meadow or buzz around garden flowers is a pleasant reminder of some of our most delightful pollinators. They live everywhere except the North and the South Pole, with habitats and ecologies ranging from flowers to deserts. They are responsible for 3/10 of all the food that we eat, and so are much loved insects. From traditional beekeepers and their hives of thousands, to conscientious countryside farmers, to searchers of city green spaces, to the future carers of our bees, we are a nation of bee lovers. But our much-loved pollinators are faced with decline. Modern agricultural practices of monocultured green deserts and ever-expanding concrete jungles in cities are adding to a growing list of threats to our humble bees. But can this passionate hive of enthusiasts protect the future of their much-loved and our much-needed bees' needs? Humans' oldest interaction with bees is beekeeping, and Richard Martins has been keeping bees in Suffolk for over 50 years. He owns a small shop in his garden to provide other beekeepers with apicultural tools.
This is where I sell all my beekeeping equipment. Yeah.
That's your shop then?
This is my beekeeping shop, yeah. I mean, it's a small fry really, but got quite a bit of stock if people want to come. Yeah. You know, make hives, frames, everything, smokers. Bees of all. I've got me other bees, look. Come on, put that way.
Richard also still keeps his own bees, with hives in surrounding orchards and meadows.
I don't think bees go on them. No, bumblebees might, because bumblebees have got a longer tongue than honeybee.
Humans have been keeping bees for 1 million years. As well as producing honey, more importantly, beekeepers help colonies and their billions of pollinators pollinate many of our crops, trees and flowers.
You have to be very gentle, because you don't want to squash bees. Again, that's all full of nectar.
Yeah.
I've got a young bee here hatching off. See him there?
Oh yeah.
Let's get that in. Come on.
Oh, there he is. That's it, just come up.
Yeah. That's a young bee just hatched off. I've been 50 years, well, 52 odd years.
So you've seen it all then?
Seen a lot of changes. And especially in the last few years, I've seen a lot of things sometimes I can't even explain to myself.
Whilst Richard continues his traditional beekeeping, he is aware of changes to agricultural practices in the landscape surrounding him. These changes are affecting more than just his honeybees. All pollinator species, including bumble, solitary and honeybees, are threatened with modern farming practices. So how is East Anglian pig farmer Mark Hayward responding to this issue?
What we're trying to do as a business is we're trying to farm in a way that doesn't push nature out.
Partly my brother and myself do this, partly because it's very dear to our hearts. We're third generation farmers and we are custodians of this land. You know, so we want to see it full of wildlife. We want to appreciate bees. You know, I love just sitting down and watching the bees, and I kind of think feed the bees, feed your soul is how I feel about bees. I think we now have to look at food production and we now have to say, okay, you know, we're providing animal welfare. What's the next thing? What do we have to address? And that's where this whole sustainability, this whole ecosystem things comes in. It's about how do we farm in a way that doesn't push nature out. So this is and has to be a commercial farming business first and foremost, but it's how we incorporate and include nature within the context of it.
With the importance of this interconnectedness of nature and farming in mind, Mark is undertaking a project in which he plants wildflowers around the farm.
The name of the project is 1,000,000 Bumblebees on Farm. The goal is to one day grow enough nectar to actually have, on one particular day, 1,000,000 bumblebees. We've planted 35 hectares, so you're looking at about 83 football fields worth of nectar mixers.
In an area dominated by expansive livestock wastelands and agricultural monocultures, there's no space for wildflowers. These nectar mixes provide welcome foraging and a range of food plants that are vital for bees.
We all know there's an issue with native bumblebees. You can drive around the countryside and you can see it's an issue.
It's the amount of food that's available in the countryside, and around here it's very much barley, it's wheat, it's vegetables, it's potatoes, and those fields tend to be farmed in every part of that field. So it's, where is the food for those that require nectar?
You grow some flowers, you can see it's not an issue. It's a lovely way for us to farm. We've always done this to a certain degree, but to do it on this sort of scale, it's so rewarding.
So by responding to faults in modern farming practices with regards to pollinator requirements, the farm is addressing the counter-reliance on bee and plant diversity and making a space for both. To test the project's success, Mark takes sample counts around the farm, estimating how many bees are feeding on the nectar mixes.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's half a metre I should think. So how many bumblebees have we got on here at the moment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Probably look low down as well. You've got a good 14 on here right now. Got some honeys in there as well. Oh, lovely common carder here. Well, you're looking at across this piece here, 0.9 of a hectare, 14, 15 bumblebees per square metre. So you've got 9,000 square metres here. Somewhere in the region of 120,000 to 140,000 bumblebees feeding right now. That's great, isn't it? It makes it all worthwhile. And where would these bees be eating? Where would they be getting food right now if this wasn't here?
Where indeed? Whilst Mark is edging ever closer to his target of 1,000,000 bees with his countryside planting, what about bees in our cities and urban areas? London apiculturist and bee enthusiast Mark Patterson is helping urban pollinators with targeting, recording and planting
Yeah,
work.
these are buff-tails and white-tails. I need to consult my field guide.